So, if you're a project manager, I'm sure you've been hearing all the buzz and probably a few of the warnings, right? Artificial intelligence isn't just some new app on your phone. Some people are saying it's about to completely change how we work. So, what does this AI revolution actually mean for your projects, for your team, and let's be honest, for your career? We're going to break it all down. Okay, let's just get right to it. This is the big question, isn't it? The one that's on everybody's mind, popping up in meetings and all over our feeds. We're always told our jobs are about people, about strategy, about that human touch. So, is a machine really about to take all that over? Well, the short answer is a big, fat no. And you know what? The real story is so much more interesting. AI isn't here to replace you. It's here to free you up. Seriously, think of it like the ultimate assistant, one that takes on all the boring, repetitive, tedious stuff so that you can finally focus on the high-level strategy and the leadership that really makes a project successful. And hey, this isn't just some nice idea. The numbers actually back this up in a huge way. A study from Deloitte found that companies that bring in AI automation tools can see their productivity jump by up to 40%. I mean, just stop and think about that for a second. That's like getting almost half of your work week back from all those tedious tasks. That's more time for strategy, for mentoring your team, for actually managing stakeholders. It's a game changer. So, how do we get there? Here's the plan. We'll start in what I'm calling the AI engine room to really get what this tech is all about. Then we'll talk about how you can upskill for this new world, check out a toolkit of awesome platforms, and finally, really picture what the new AI-enhanced project manager looks like. Right. Before we can get that 40% productivity boost, we've got to pop the hood and see what's going on underneath. Now, you don't have to become a coder, I promise, but you do need to get a handle on the core technologies that are making all this happen. So, welcome to the AI engine room. First up, let's talk about predictive analytics. I want you to think of this as your project's early warning system. You know how a meteorologist uses a ton of data to tell you if a storm's coming? Well, predictive analytics does the same thing, but with your past project data. It can spot potential budget overruns, resource problems, and schedule delays before they even happen. It basically turns your hindsight into foresight. How cool is that? This curve, it shows the whole story perfectly. See, most of us are stuck way over on the left side. Descriptive analytics is just your classic report telling you what happened after the fact. Diagnostic is when you dig in and figure out why it happened. But AI is what pushes us over to the right. Predictive is where the system warns you, hey, this task is probably going to be late. But the real magic, the holy grail, is prescriptive. That's when the AI not only warns you, but it says, so you should reassign this resource to prevent that delay. Suddenly, it's not just a tool, it's a strategic partner. Okay, next up is something called natural language processing, or just NLP. This is the secret sauce that lets AI understand the most unpredictable, chaotic part of any project. Us. Human communication. It's how machines are learning to read our emails, listen in on our meetings, and actually make sense of it all. And what it can do is pretty incredible. When it comes to communication, NLP can power a chatbot that answers your team's common questions, or even analyze your team's chat messages to get a pulse on morale. And then there are the documents. Just imagine a world where you never have to manually write up meeting summaries again, or where you can instantly search every single project file for one specific decision. It's all about finally winning the war against information overload. Okay, so now we get the tech, but, knowing what something is and knowing how to use it, well, those are two very different things. So let's shift gears and talk about upskilling for tomorrow. Let's build your personal roadmap to AI mastery. And the great news is there are some really clear paths you can take. You could go the foundational route, like with Google's project management certificate. They've actually added AI training right into it now. If you want to go deep and you want to do it fast, there's the intensive path, something like a 2-day workshop. And hey, for all you pioneers out there, there's the DIY path, getting your hands dirty with large language models like Claude to build your own simple PM tools. All right, you've got the knowledge, now it's time to get the tools. This is where all that theory becomes real. We're going to do a quick run-through of 5 top tools that are completely changing the game for project managers, and you can start using them like today. First up, Fellow. Are you sick of great ideas and action items getting lost the second a meeting ends? Yeah, me too. Fellow is your AI meeting assistant. It records, transcribes, and, this is the best part, it automatically pulls out the key tasks and assigns them. It literally connects the conversation to the action. Next, Asana. Let's be real. How many hours do you waste just writing status updates? Asana's AI can now draft those updates for you. It's fantastic at automating all those repetitive workflows that just drain your team's energy, freeing them up to do the work that really matters. Tool number 3, Monday.com. You know the hardest part of some days? Just figuring out what to do next? Monday.com's AI acts like a smart advisor. It analyzes your whole workflow and suggests which task you should tackle next to have the biggest impact. It keeps your team focused and incredibly effective. Now for ClickUp. What if your AI assistant was just built right into the place you already work? That's the idea here. ClickUp has an AI writing assistant integrated directly so you can draft project briefs, summarize long comment threads, or polish up an email without ever having to switch tabs. And finally, number 5, Notion. This one is all about knowledge management. If your team feels like they're drowning in a sea of documents, Notion's AI is an absolute lifesaver. It can take a mountain of text, a huge project doc, pages of notes, and just instantly distill it down into a few key takeaways. It makes your project's single source of truth actually usable. Okay, so we've got the tech, the training, and the tools. But none of that means anything without the final, most important piece of the puzzle: you. This was never about AI taking the driver's seat. It's about you becoming a pilot, using these incredible, intelligent instruments to navigate your projects with more skill and precision than you ever thought possible. And as you start bringing this stuff in, you have to do it smartly. There are 4 essential guardrails to keep in mind. First, think about the cultural impact. You've got to address your team's fears and focus on upskilling. Second, demand transparency from your tools. You need to know why an AI is suggesting something. Third, watch out for bias. Your AI is only as good as the data it learns from. And finally, data privacy. This is just non-negotiable. So, here's what it all comes down to. AI is coming for the tasks, the reporting, the scheduling, the number crunching, all the stuff that bogs you down. It is clearing the way for you to step up and be the strategist, the mentor, and the leader your team and your projects have always needed. The administrative work is being automated. So the only real question left is, are you ready to lead the strategy?